son goes down to UCSA, the oldest son. That crazy guy drove 18 hours to come up here and be with us at family. I told him, I tried talking out of him, you know, you lose control. Oh yeah, I couldn't believe he did it. Luckily he did have a friend who was crazy enough to come with him.
We've got 4 freshmen here. 2 play soccer, 2 play basketball. All the 2 signed, 2 plays one. We've got freshman Amir Moradi, freshman Jude McCallum, freshman Ben Cousins, and number 4, Benny Jones. George, I am the real front hole. Number 1, sophomore, sophomore, number 5, Noah, I did kill the dog person. And he's a senior, 6'2", number 10. Katie, you always know I love her. And he's a senior, 6'2". Number 4, Jackson. Thank you, Number 21, senior,
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here at Delco Center in Austin, Texas. So sorry that I was not able to bring you a little bit of a pregame to kick off what is another season of Trojan basketball right here on Vype. But what would a new season be without some ludicrous technical difficulties that would not see us ready to go for the broadcast until, well, let's just say right about now. My name is Jack Farrell. I'm back with you for another season of Trojan Hoops. We've been doing this since, goodness gracious, pre-COVID, March, February of 2020, we came on to start the Anderson Trojan playoff run, this run of playoffs that they've continued on. They've made the playoffs each of the seasons that we have been on the broadcast. But now, guys that were freshmen on varsity, Jackson Gill, Campbell Duncan, now they are the leaders on this team. They are the incumbents, the seniors. Campbell Duncan back to the number 21, Tim Campbell Duncan. They're in center court for the opening tip. Luke McReynolds, Caden Wilford, Jackson Gill, Noah Perkins, and Campbell Duncan are the 5 for the Trojans, and we are underway. Opening tip, won by McCallum, and we have a traveling violation to kick us off. Going to be here for this first, the season opener here as Campbell Duncan has the ball moving up the court. There's McReynolds. We're going to be back for the Anderson Classic as well as the district slate of games, but ready to get started where most people are still thinking about football here. I'm on to hoops. I'm always on to hoops. Trojans' first offensive possession of the Coach Eric Swanson era. A lot of new things here tonight, mostly a new roster for Anderson as Gill can't get the first shot of the season to go. Rebound McCallum the other way, it's George McCoy with the ball. Now over on the left, or the right side, quick trigger triple is good for Henry Mays. And McCallum strikes first, it's 3-0. Anderson with possession now. Getting started a little bit late here today. JV games ran long, already well after 8:30. Tip time was 8 as Anderson turns the ball over here. Sloppy start for the Trojans. Lob ahead, and nice job corralling that was Tommy Ammerman. Now they go back outside. This game brought to you by Taco Shack. Of course, the long-standing football rivalry between these two schools, always named the Taco Shack Bowl. Got a nice logo up there for him in the corner. I've always loved me some Taco Shack, as that's a foot on the line, jumper no good. Rebound batted away by Gill, but into the hands of Cash Kirshner. And now another possession from McCallum, another 3 on the way. This one rattles off back iron, a couple bounces, but it goes into the hands of Jackson Gill, and on come the Trojans. It's Luke McReynolds, the sophomore, into the starting lineup. Back across for Jackson Gill. Really caught fire from beyond the arc late in the season last year, as there's Campbell Duncan. Presume he will carry a lot of the offensive load for this team this season. Now Gill zips it to the corner. This one deflected and saved, but into the hands of a waiting McCallum defender. They'll try to push the pace. They don't have numbers, and a foul going to be called. First of the season for Luke McReynolds. It goes against the Trojans. So McCallum is leading early. Things going their way in the opening quarter. Just about 1 minute and 58 seconds gone now. Anderson student section down here to our left, so probably won't be able to see too much action down in that corner. Let's hope they stay out of it. But here in the first period, first team foul for Anderson, first team foul for either team. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first, as he got him shaken. Now stepping back for the triple, no good. Got to pay him up with the highlight as Caden Williford was stumbling there a little bit, and Campbell Duncan pushes the pace. Now into the lane, up and blocked away. This one not going to quite go out of bounds, but saved and into the hands of the McCallum Knight, and on come the McCallum Knights. Crossover, driving in, foul on the floor. That's going to be Henry Mays going to the line. I believe the foul was called on Noah Perkins, number 5. First sub of the game. Jackson Gill heads to the bench, so the 6th man to kick off the season is number 14, Sol Mirzwa. McCallum looking to get it inbounds, having a hard time. They'll just go to the trailer man. Amberman with the ball out on the perimeter. And this one thrown away. McCallum, an unforced error as the Trojans will take it back, still looking for their first score of the ball game, first score of the season. Neutral site here tonight for our opening kick, is I believe tonight is also the bi-district ground of the playoffs for those of you, for all you Americans out there, of course. Now here's Williford up at the top of the key, hand off to Luke McReynolds. See what this young guard can do in his first minutes of action. Here's Williford. Gets it inside to Campbell Duncan. One dribble, good post footwork, and 2 points to start the season for Campbell Duncan. Campbell Duncan had one of his best games of the season in Anderson's lone, well, in some ways they had 2 postseason games. Of course, winning against Dripping Springs is kind of a game 163 as they used to have in baseball to decide who would get that final spot. But in their lone postseason game against a very good Stony Point team, Campbell Duncan was excellent. Had over 20 points in that one. Hopefully that can be a sign of things to come for him this season as the center, the point forward, bringing the ball up here now. New era of basketball. Duncan pulls up, kicks back outside. That's Mears going to the corner. That's Caden Williford. Back up top for Duncan. Campbell turning, spinning. Now back to Luke McReynolds. Now Campbell on the catch and shoot for the 3. No good. Rebound skied for Mearswell, and it's going to be a jump ball underneath. And with McCallum winning the opening tip, I don't see a possession arrow anywhere on the court, but I believe this should be Anderson ball. Substitutions. Luke McReynolds and Caden Williford will head to the bench. Miles Rickards into the game now, another sophomore on this Anderson team. So here's Gill, inside the 3-point line, back to Campbell Duncan, hand in his face, jab step, now Mearswell again. Coming around the screen is Noah Perkins, puts it on the floor, turns, spins, tried to find Mearswell, but it was deflected. Active hands in the passing lanes here tonight for McCallum as they have been excellent on defense, still just 3-2. It's been a defensive slugfest halfway through the first quarter, only a basket apiece. Anderson with 2 team fouls, McCallum still with none. McCallum doing an excellent job on the defensive side of the ball. I believe we are the only broadcast here tonight, so if any McCallum folks happen to be listening, I'll try to be, semi-complimentary, but I know who's signing my checks if you get my drift. Another foul on the floor here, so Anderson not getting the benefit of the whistle. Anderson going to have to do a better job of defending without fouling. That's already 3 team fouls just 4 minutes in. Now back outside, that's number 5, Cash Kirshner. And this one taken away by Gill. Gill into the front court. It's 2-on-2 with a trailing Duncan. Kills his dribble, and we will reset the offensive possession and see if Anderson can get something going. It's a swing over to Perkins for 3, no good. Campbell Duncan with the offensive rebound. No good on the putback, but he's got it back again. He's got to get out of the lane here, and 3 seconds. It's tough when you're in that position. As you could see, he was trying to get out of the lane right as they called it, but that's the right call. He was camped out under there for a little while. 3.5 to go now in the first, same score. Kirshner with it at the top of the key. Now McCoy with it out on the wing, looking for a relocating Kirshner. He's not there. He'll get number 13 on the handoff. That's George Brode. He's into the lane, got up in the air, and he wanted a foul call, but he's not going to get it. Good defense there by the Anderson defense. Good defense by the team. Under 3 to play here in the first quarter. Jackson Gill slowing things down for the Trojans. Here's what comes to set the screen. Gill to the left. Now back up top, that's Rickards. Campbell Duncan loses it. Some sloppy ball handling from the senior. And it'll go out of bounds. The ball will stay with McCallum as we go the other direction. Quick sub here. That's number 3, Felix Kaylor. Henry Mays has the only bucket for McCallum. Nice pocket pass to Kirshner. Gets it to go on the roll. Now 5-2. Points going to be hard to come by here in this one. 6 minutes gone here in the first half. Good move by Campbell Duncan all the way to the basket. And first foul of the game going against McCallum is going to go against Felix Collor. Side out for the Trojans. 3 team fouls to 1. Now Luke McReynolds back into the ballgame. He has the ball at the top of the key. His first minutes of varsity action here. Campbell Duncan faces up, puts it on the floor to his left, goes up, is blocked, gets it back, and tap, can't get it to go. Throws it up again, no good. Another offensive board for the Trojans, and Caden Williford will head back to the line here. Or, well, he'll head to the line for the first time this season, that is. And now in the early going, the field goal percentage not going to look great for Campbell Duncan, but the offensive rebounds are. This team always been very adept at crashing the glasses. That one just a little strong for Williford. Caden, one of the only returning members of the rotation for Anderson last year, a team that had so many seniors as they seem to year after year. A few more juniors and sophomores already in the lineup and in the rotations. That's a good sign for the Trojans, building for the future. Good varsity experience going forward. So here's Collor trying to go baseline, and he's going to be fouled on the floor as he was trying to kick it to the corner. Anderson nearly out of fouls to give already. We're still in the first quarter. But now 2 fouls going against McCallum as well, so it's balancing out a little bit more. Pass into the corner. It's 22 McCoy on the inbound. Now with it in the corner is Henry Mays. Some more stifling defense from the Trojans as we are under 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. Now driving to the cup, throwing the ball up, can't get it to go. Gill on the rebound. It was McCoy on the attempt. Gill cross court to Campbell Duncan all the way to the cup. Up and under is good. Campbell Duncan with his second field goal of the game. He's got both for Anderson. It's a tie game at 5-5 with Caden Williford adding a free throw. Good vision by the point guard Gill there to find the man diving into the lane for an easy 2. Now kick to the corner. That pass just not on the mark. Ammerman turns it over. Another unforced error by this McCallum team. Anderson's defending well, but McCallum helping them out with some sloppy passing. Under a minute to go here in the opening frame as Gill crosses back, and he's going to be fouled by Collor. That's going to be his second already. Off the bench, he wanted Gill on the push-off. You saw him gesture that chicken wing, that universal basketball symbol that you see. 54.96 seconds remaining. That's the third team foul against the Knights. We're in the away uniforms, the black uniforms. Anderson, the home team here tonight, and that's going to be a travel against Campbell. He was trying to put the footwork on, trying to get a little fancy with it, but didn't have it that time. As now here's a substitution for the Anderson Trojans into the game. Now is Drew Donahue for the first time, a junior. Don't have a lineup of positions for Anderson, but they're pretty much all forwards. You guys around the same height, around 5'10" to 6'2". They can all defend multiple positions as here's a pass into the corner. Driving to the paint, laying it up, laying it in, and the foul is George Brode. George, the junior, breaking the tie there with the bucket. Campbell Duncan ready to inbound after the made free throw, so 3 points now in the game. 8-5, under 30 to play. In this situation, Anderson usually likes to hold for the final shot as long as they can, but not quite an entirely new regime. Just promoting from within here as Campbell Duncan Steps back, now got caught in the air, gets the ball back up loose on the floor, has it stripped away, gets it back, and we have a jump ball. I think that probably should have been a foul called against Campbell Duncan, but instead it will go ahead and be a jump ball. Fortunate for the Trojans, as they only have one more foul to give before the bonus as Luke McReynolds heads to the bench. Five seconds. McCallum got to get a move on. And that one's intercepted by Rickards. He's going to get it off from half court, and that's going to be no good. The score ends at 8-5 here in the first quarter. McCallum with the lead. Anderson, 4 points for Campbell Duncan. Caden Williford added one more with a free throw. But after one, Trojans trail it against their crosstown rival. I moved since the last offseason. I was living very close to McCallum High School, so I apologize for that. I've since corrected and moved within the district lines of the Anderson Trojans over in Northwest Hills. So I'm back on the right team, back in the district where I grew up, back in the correct zoning. Feels good to be home. But now after one, Trojans defended well. I mean, you can't ask for much better than 8 points a quarter. 32 points in a game is not going to win you a lot of games throughout the season. But the problem is the offense didn't follow suit. They struggled mightily on the offensive end, only scoring on 3 possessions down. You could say the same thing about McCallum. They also only scored on 3 trips down, but one was a 3, one was an and one with a converted free throw, and the other was 2, and Anderson has a 2-2 and a 1 out of 2 from the line. So math obviously favoring the McCallum Knights here as we move into quarter number 2. Happy to have you with us here if you're just joining us. First game of the 2023-2024 season, and it's basketball time. The NBA has its mid-season tournament going on right now for the first time ever. I'm a big follower of the NBA, and I have no idea what the in-season tournament is still, and it's happening. I do know they have decided to change the courts, and that's whatever. We got high school basketball on a normal wood-colored court here tonight. But here's Williford out on the perimeter, kills his dribble, fires it cross-court into the hands of Jackson Gill. Pump fakes all the way to the basket, up and under, no good. Campbell Duncan, strong arm in the rebound, laying it up and in. So Campbell Duncan really making use of that height right now in the early going, as he already has 3 buckets, 6 points in the game for him. It's 7-8 with 7:33 to go in the ballgame. Or rather in the second quarter, as Kirshner kicks to the corner. Driving to the basket is Brode. He's going to be bumped, but no call. He gets the ball back on the loose rebound. A top-of-the-key 3 is no good. McCallum going to come down with another rebound. It's Brode again, looking for somewhere to go with it. He's stuck in for 3 seconds, and that's the second 3-second call of the game. One going against each team here. So some good interior defense for both these squads. So here's Gill, making it across on the 10-second timer. Jackson working on the perimeter. Mearsville with it, looking for somewhere to go. He finds Noah Perkins. Mearsville has it. Back up the nail. What a pass! Nice pass. With Sol Mearsville finding Jackson Gill on the cut, fitting it into a tight window. Really like to see that from a new contributor for this Anderson team, still just a junior. Gill leaves it short, but he still has a chance to tie it. Jackson going 0 for 2 from the line there. You're not going to see that from him a whole lot. Early in the season, still working out some of the jitters, as all the way coast to coast, no good. Not picking up George McCoy, is now Anderson out of fouls to give. Oh, unless they changed it. Did they change it to quarters? I feel like they might have. First one up and good. Yes, I believe that's right. I'm doing some quick research. As 1 for 2 from the line there for McCoy. Now back across from downtown, up and good. First bucket of the season from downtown for the Anderson Trojans, and it belongs to Noah Perkins, just a sophomore. So now 10-9, Anderson with the first lead of the game for them. Now on the right side. Works it back to the top of the key. Kick to the corner, Bro didn't have it. Went through his hands, and that'll go out of bounds. Anderson ball. Yes, so, okay, haha. I remember hearing something about that, and I just completely forgot about it until it was dropped upon me. Here's Jackson Gill driving to the right side. We'll get to it in just a moment. Kick back up. Campbell Duncan going to try his luck from downtown. No good, but a wide open Mearswa underneath, and he's going to be fouled heading to the line for 2. Sol Mearswa really putting it together here in his opening minutes of action. Good start to the season for him on doing all the little things, and now he'll head to the line for a chance at points. But now that we are shooting free throws, it'll be a great time to talk about free throws, as Anderson really struggling from the line here as they're now just 1 for 5. So before, of course, it was done by half. So you would have 10 team fouls in each half, and it would reset at the half. Now it resets at the quarter. Before, you remember, you would be in the bonus with 7 team fouls, and you would shoot 1 and 1, meaning if you made the first free throw, as we have a lane violation here, so don't even count the free throw. But before it would be 7 free throws and you'd be in the single bonus. 10 free throws, you would get the double bonus. With the single bonus, you shoot 1 and 1. If you make the first one, you get another. If you miss it, it's a live ball rebound, and you don't get to shoot another free throw. As kicking into the corner, Broad for 3. That one's going to be an air ball. Looked to me like it went off of McCallum. It did. It went off 0-0. Darby Roldan. Love to see the 0-0. Sometimes you get a roster and it says 0-0, and I get excited, but then the kid's only wearing the 1-0. Just put 1-0 if it's 1-0. I get very excited about the 0-0. I get even more excited in the NBA when a team has a 0 and a 0-0. Very briefly over the summer, Portland had Damian Lillard and Scoot Henderson 0-0. Isn't it great? But now, with the free throws, as here's Campbell Duncan driving to the right side. Kick up top. It's 22, Adrian Pops off to Gill. Gill's shot no good. Jackson struggling here early from the floor. Defended well, has a couple steals. But of course now the team fouls are going to reset every quarter. Every team gets 5 team fouls to the bonus. They've eliminated the 1 and 1. So 5 team fouls and you are in the double bonus. There is no more double bonus. You don't have to say that. It's just the bonus. The bonus is now 2 free throws once you're after 5 team fouls in a quarter. So that, I believe, will really eliminate a lot of free throws, as there's another 3-point air ball from that same corner. Maybe a little light. Maybe there's a little glare over on that side, as that's nearly back-to-back air ball threes from McCallum. Under 5 to play here in the second quarter. 10-9 is the score. Over with it on the left side is Adrian Pops. Now here's Williford. Finding Gill coming off the screen. He finds Campbell Duncan. Campbell Duncan doubled in the post, but he still got the hook off. No good off back iron. And now still 10-9. There's George McCoy with the ball. Dribbling to his right. He's going to pull up from 3 off the screen. It's going to be no good. Rebound to Jackson Gill. Halfway through the second quarter now. 3 quarters through the first half. Gill fakes the handoff, gets it back. And he's going to drive into the paint, try to find a basket, but instead he's going to dish it off to Campbell Duncan, who just doesn't have the touch inside right now. Now trying to go all the way. Instead he'll kick to a trailing shooter, no good. Rebound goes to Williford. Strong rebound there for Anderson, as they've been rebounding very well here tonight, for the most part. They have been able to crash the glass on offense. Been able to limit McCallum to just a couple possessions, or to just 1 shot on each possession here. We have a full timeout. It is a full timeout, so we're going to go ahead and step aside for our first break, and I think y'all are going to get a big kick out of this. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have an honest-to-God commercial. Video, AV, everything. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll be back in just a minute. You're listening to Anderson Basketball on Vype.
Here in
Inviting you to experience the fresh and friendly difference of Taco Shack. We deliver tasty and affordable Tex-Mex like our Chopped Taco and Shack Burrito. Come visit our new location at the corner of Anderson Lane and Burrell Drive. We'll see you soon, and let's talk about it.
That was delightful. I cannot tell you how excited I am about that commercial. We're hitting the big time here, folks. We had our Vype ads, we have My Libraries, we're still going to have all that into district play, but right now we have video and everything that's produced. It had green screen, so thank you to the fine folks at Taco Shack. Hey, in general, for all the delicious food they have provided to the citizens of the greatest city on earth for several years, as long as I can remember. But also for helping us out on the broadcast tonight, giving us that commercial, letting you know about the new location not too far away from Anderson High School. Of course, the one on Spicewood Springs, tragically relocating. I hit that Taco Shack many times in my life. Here's Campbell Duncan. Second quarter now. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. There's Rickards with it up top, puts it on the floor. Trying to find Campbell Duncan. Good entry passes. He's going to be fouled on the floor. As you can tell what the game plan is for McCallum, they are really not trying to let Campbell Duncan get good post position. Gill on the inbound. Under 3.5 to play in the half. Into the corner. Off the dribble is Noah Perkins. He pulls up. Had his shot blocked. Looked like he might have been trying to pass out of it, but either way, McCallum with the ball and running. Three-pointer no good for McCallum. The ball is loose on the floor, and it's going to stay here. McCallum trying to inbound it. They do. It's into George McCoy. McCoy driving to the cup, off balance, floats it up and in. Good bucket there for George McCoy, who's up to 3 points on the contest. McCallum has the lead back, 3 minutes to go in the half. Gill around the perimeter. Into the corner, he's going to catch and shoot. It's that same play they've run for years. Can't tell you how many threes I saw Mike Wagner dish off to Jack Francis to knock that shot down, and now Jackson Gill, they're calling his number for it, one of the better shooters on this team. He knocks it in for his first basket of the game. Anderson has the lead back. It's 13-11. Ammerman with it on the perimeter, being hounded by Jackson Gill. Now driving baseline and pulling up is Kirshner. Cash Kirshner, not Cash that time. As 2.5 minutes remain here in quarter number 3. McCallum just one more foul to give before we're in that new bonus. Hopefully we can see what that looks like a little bit maybe tonight. Jackson Gill, one shot into a heat check and no good that time. As keep your eyes up, he had a man streaking down the floor, but McCoy didn't have good possession of the ball, and McCallum will slow it down into an ordinary offensive possession. McCoy to his right, floater is good. Nice job with the quick trigger there. So we have a tie game now at the Delco Center. Campbell with it, away from the basket. Good pass off to Jackson Gill. He gets the lay. 5 points on the game now for Jackson Gill. Both of them on back-to-back buckets. As Rickards has it, had it knocked away. Now coming up the floor with it is Owen Schaefer. Now Gill going to catch and shoot from the corner. No good. Rebound up high, and that one's corralled by Schaefer. He'll go to the ground. And that's another foul on the floor against McCallum. Anderson making some good hustle plays here tonight. And now just one foul away from the bonus for the Knights. Head coach Daniel Fuentes for this McCallum team. And head coach Eric Swanson for your Anderson Trojans, as here's Campbell Duncan turning, spinning, laying it up and in. As we have a timeout called by McCallum, as Anderson has ballooned its lead to 4 points. I believe that's their largest of the game. Points a little easier to come by for both of these teams here in the early going. It's not too surprising. You got started a little late here tonight. Didn't get started until around 8:30. And it's your first game of the season, but do believe both of these teams have all of their, if any of these guys played football, they'd all be back on the team now. There's Roldan with it at the top of the key. He's going to hand it off to Broad. Going to put it on the floor, kick outside, that's Kirshner. Facing up, Williford defending. Now back outside to the point guard, George McCoy. He's had a lion's share of the ball handling duties, but they get it inside to Roldan, who's going to try and go in on the smaller defender, but they got Rickards on the reach in, and as soon as he got called for the whistle, he mimicked the foul for the reach around foul that he did. So you knew it as soon as he did it. Part of that youth as he gets into or gets out of the game here. We've seen a couple stints for him, but sophomore in his first minutes of varsity action here. First half. Cash Kirshner going to the left, drives in, lays it up and in. Took Adrian Pops all the way to the basket there. That's a nice finish. Now here's Duncan bringing the ball up for the Trojans. Under 40 seconds to play in the half. Campbell waves off the screen. Looks like he might try to hold for a while. 17-15 is your score. 20 seconds to go now in the quarter. Here's Duncan with it at the top. McCallum not applying pressure. They're content to take it to half at 15, it appears. Now under 10 seconds to play. Now you got to make something happen. Here's Campbell Duncan. Gets all the way to the basket. Just drives around the defender. Goes up, goes under, lays it in. He's into double figures at the half, and now we have a half-court heave, and that's going to glance off the backboard, and that's going to be no good. So Campbell Duncan, I talked to him pregame, and I said, hey, I was joking around with him, a guy I've seen play. Well, I've seen just about every game that he's played in high school. Been in attendance for about 90% of them at least. I asked him, hey man, I said, you're the guy this year, huh? And he laughed and he said, yep. And he's proven it. 10 points for him for the first half. That's more than half of his team's total at 19-15 here at the end of quarter number 2. We're going to go ahead and step aside. Go ahead and leave it to the sounds and sights of Delco Center. Got 10 minutes up on the board for halftime, and when we come back, we'll talk some stats. We'll talk about the first half, talk what we saw, but we're going to go ahead and take a break now. I'm Jack Farrell, joining you tonight as always. Happy to be here, happy to be back, for the opportunity, so thank you to Taco Shack for that opportunity. We're going to go ahead and pop off for just a minute, and we will be ready in about 5 minutes for some halftime talk. And when we come back, we'll have that second half for you.
years in our Christian athletic program. This year marks the 50th anniversary of the institution. And we have a unique opportunity to express our gratitude to the athletes who laid the foundation for the success we enjoy today. Tonight's highlight ceremony is dedicated to the outstanding individuals from the 1970s in the legacy of the Anderson Trojans. These gentlemen, with their dedication, passion, and hard work, set the standard for excellence that we strive to maintain. They face challenges, sports, commitment, to inspire Trojans. As we celebrate this, let us thank these men for the contributions to there were so many cheerleaders who created what we tell we are on the history of our school. But join me in a round of applause to these remarkable from the 1970s as we express our deepest gratitude for the legacy they have disclosed to the third part of the institution. Here's the rich introduction and the school athletic program. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for these ceremonies. All right, guys, take your shot. Come on. Nobody gets 30.
coming back out of halftime. I'm ready to go, but the teams aren't. Neither team has emerged from their respective locker rooms at the moment. But before we continue, I want to go ahead and step aside and thank our sponsor one more time. You know him, you love him. It's Taco Shack. Be right back.
Go here, inviting you to experience the fresh and friendly difference of Taco Shack. We deliver tasty and affordable Tex-Mex like our chopped taco and Shack burrito. Come visit our new location at the corner of Anderson Lane and Burrell Drive. We'll see you soon, and let's talk about it.
Well, the Knights have emerged. See, they are getting warmed back up before the start of this third quarter. Anderson leads it. Goodness gracious. Never updated the scoreboard before or after halftime. But here are the Trojans back out onto the court. (19-15) is your score. A lot of that was done by Campbell Duncan for your Anderson Trojans. He's 10 points. Jackson Gill with a couple big buckets there in the second quarter as Anderson was really starting to get going offensively. He's got 5. Noah Perkins has hit the first triple. Anderson's hit 2. Gill has the other. And that's the total of his points. So he's got 3. Caden Williford, he went 1 for 2 from the free throw line early on in the game. So Campbell Duncan with 10. Jackson Gill behind him with 5. 3 for Perkins and 1 for Williford. 5 points for George McCoy on McCallum. He leads the way for them. But 8 minutes are up on the clock. And that means it's time for half number 2. New look Anderson Trojans, new coach, new players, new rules on the free throws, as I remembered late on into that half. I would have said, hey, would have been very confused about somebody going to the line for 2 free throws with 5 team fouls. But I saw them reset the the team fouls at the beginning of the second quarter, and it clicked. But here's McCoy moving around the right side for McCallum. Campbell Duncan taking him on. He picks his pocket. He's got, well, he'll just be fouled. He was trying to get it off to McReynolds. He bowled through 2 defenders. And fortunately, the rules of basketball say that's a foul on the defense. Side out for Anderson. Jackson Gill will be the one to do it. Third quarter. As nice handoff to Gill. He's going to fade into the corner and try the 3. He went to the ground, probably wanted a foul, but he won't get it. Coming up the floor are the McCallum Knights. That's Mays with it on the top of the key. He swings it off to McCoy. McCoy hands it off back to Mays. Good defense there by Noah Perkins to disrupt that handoff. Now George Bro driving in. He kicks to the corner. He's been speedy. He's been quick all around the floor. I don't want to say erratic because I feel like that has a negative connotation. He flies around. He's just flying around all over the court. Every team needs a good guy like that. He's knocked down a 3 in this game. No, I believe he had the and 1 bucket. Either way, he's got 3 points. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McCallum going to get it in. Felix Carlor, who didn't get to play a lot in the first half. He picked up 2 quick fouls when he entered the game as Williford cuts off the drive. Now Mays with it up top. Moves back to the middle of the court. And now there's number 5, Cash Kirshner. Kirshner gets it off to the point guard, George McCoy. McCoy to his right. Kills his dribble. Anderson defense has been as good as it's ever been. Now Ammerman kills his dribble. And McCallum is just having a hard time getting it anywhere inside the 3-point line. And now jab step drive into the paint is Mays. He's double teamed on the block. He's going to turn and fade. No good. Rebound knocked around, and Luke McReynolds is the one to clear it. As there's Campbell Duncan going cross court. He turns it over, and an easy layup on the other end. Duncan trying to do a little too much, trying to send that pass a little too far across the court, and we've got 19-17 now. Now here's Williford, off to Campbell Duncan. Dribbling, he's going to pull it back out. Anderson Trying to run something, it appears. Here's Jackson Gill. Off to McReynolds. Now Williford off to Gill. Jackson faced up and said he's going to try and pass it inside. It's going to be a loose ball and taken away by the McCallum Knights. 19-17 remains the score. Caldwell with it. He's going to try to drive baseline. Well cut off by Luke McReynolds. Now driving in is McCoy. Back to the basket. Turns, fades, hits. Not bad defense, but better offense for George McCoy. And McCallum has tied this game as they are on a 4-0 run to start this quarter. Anderson 3 minutes in now, still yet to find the basket. Campbell Duncan bringing the ball up for this team now. Williford. Now Gill sets the screen. Campbell's going to try and post up, but he's going to lose it. Ball on the floor. McCallum clears. Caldwell pushing it up for McCallum. He's going to go all the way to the basket. Pulls it up, dishes it off to Kirshner, and he gets it to go. So all McCallum here in the early going of the second half. They've scored 6 straight. And a little bit of jawing after the play as Kirshner got into the face of an Anderson player. As here's Owen Schaefer coming into the game as Gill heads to the bench. As we have a timeout on the floor. It looks like a full timeout for the Trojans. So Eric Swanson wants to stop the bleeding a little bit as McCallum has taken the lead back for the first time since the second quarter. Kirshner up to 8. McCoy up to 7. Free throw pending here. Both teams with one team foul apiece here in the early going of the third quarter. Going to come back here at the end of the month. We will have the Anderson Classic. Lovely tournament. Get to call a lot of those games, a couple of those different teams, not just the Anderson games in those. A lot of fun last year. I believe Westlake ended up winning it in a very good championship game against St. Michael's. .446 to go in the third. Anderson out of the huddle first. McCallum coming back now. It'll be Cash Kirshner to try the free throw. Just one. As it looks like we have looks like Kirshner's foot might have been on the line. He missed the free throw either way. So no good on the and one conversion, but he did get the bucket. Here's McReynolds. Now back up top. That's Schaefer. Schaefer looking into Campbell Duncan. He's sealed, and now he's just going to go up, lay it up and in. Campbell Duncan, some excellent footwork as Anderson finally on the board here in the second half with 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Good post position on that play by Campbell Duncan. He's been all over the place. Is Schaefer going to get the loose ball? He takes it away. Campbell Duncan off and running. He nearly loses it. Into the front court, driving all the way to the basket. He's bumped, and he will head to the line for 2. Couldn't get it to go, but Campbell Duncan's fingerprints continue to be all over this game. How about that by Owen Schaefer? Chasing his man off the screen, getting a hand in there, knocking it away. 4:11 to play in the third. Looks like we might have a good one going down the stretch here. As Campbell Duncan can find it from the free throw line. Anderson previously 1 for 5. And they had a lane violation as well that wiped away one of their free throw attempts. 1 for 2 there, 50% for Campbell Duncan. He's got 13 of his team's 22. So that gives Anderson the lead back. But here's George McCoy. McCallum looking to take the lead again in this back and forth game. Campbell Duncan cutting it off. Henry Mays dishes it off to Tommy Ammerman. Ammerman taking that 3 out of rhythm. And good rebound by Miles Rickards. Here's McReynolds. The young guard as Lazy pass there leads to a wide open basket on the other end, but he missed the lay. And right back a turnover. So Anderson, some sloppy basketball there, even when they were bailed out. This will be a foul on the floor, and that's a disaster sequence for Anderson there as Saul Mears was getting ready to check into the ball game. If I'm pronouncing anybody's name incorrectly, I asked Campbell Duncan to go through the lineup with me before the game started. And these are what he is calling these people's names. So if anything is extremely wrong, I do apologize and shift the blame entirely. Here we go for McCallum. Driving in is Kirshner. Loose ball. It finds a man in the corner. Fortuitous bounce for McCallum, but McReynolds is there on the rebound. As he's going to try and push the pace, and he's going to be fouled. So number 20 out there for McCallum. I don't believe I have a 20. I do not have a 20 on my roster. So apologies. He's just number 20 tonight. Owen Schaefer ready to inbound the ball. Finds Jackson Gill, who's checked back into the game. McReynolds to the bench. So here's Campbell Duncan. Puts it on the floor, spins, and that's going to be a travel. Yep. Took an extra step. So Anderson hanging on to a 1-point lead. 3 minutes to go in the third. Kirshner bringing the ball up for McCallum. McCoy on the left side for the Knights. Working on Schaefer. Now back outside. Swing pass to George McCoy. McCoy's going to put it on the deck. He's going to take it to the basket. Gets it to go. Excellent defense that time. Fading away, throwing it over two defenders, and he still was able to get it. So George McCoy is able to hit some pretty tough buckets here in this quarter to give his team the lead right back. Here's Jackson Gill. Campbell Duncan on the bench for a rest for him. Going to need to find offense somewhere else, and Jackson Gill is going to call his own number. Tried to dish it inside to Williford, and after rattling around, they find an open three in the wing for Noah Perkins, and that's his second triple of the game. He's got 6. Other than Campbell Duncan, that's your leading scorer for Anderson, and that gives them a 2-point lead now, 25-23. McCallum with it. They fell asleep on Henry Mays, who's hit one earlier. That one no good, fortunately for Anderson. Now Gill slowing things down for the Trojans. Makes it across the timeline. Off to Perkins. 6 points in the game for him. As this one through the hands of Jackson Gill, he's had a rough go of it here tonight, but still 5 points in the game. 2 big buckets there in the second quarter. 1:35 to play in the third. Anderson still leads. Here's Mays. Up top for Ammerman. Now McCoy on the right side. Working on Williford. Crosses to his left. Step back at the elbow. Good defense there for Anderson. Now they're looking for McCoy, and he had him sealed as Schaefer is just going to have to foul him. At the third team foul going against Anderson, it will be on the floor. They've got one more to give in the quarter before we get our new spooky bonus rules. But with 1:13 to go, McCallum with possession. Ball in the corner for Kirshner. Now back up top. Mays driving in. He'll step back in the mid-range and knock it down. It's a tie game. Mays with 5. Under a minute to play here in quarter number 3. It's McReynolds. Kirshner coming up to pressure him. Spins out of it. Kills his dribble. Looking for Campbell Duncan. Instead, I think he was trying to go to Duncan. The ball's loose on the floor. Anderson fortunate to get it back. So they've been sloppy with the basketball most of the night, but really here in the third. Here's Schaefer, gets it back to Campbell Duncan. He's back at half court with 35 to go in the quarter. Campbell going to put it on the floor. Step back, turning. Tried to go back door, but picked off by number 10. That's Henry Mays. Now Mays racing into the front court. He's going to go right at Williford. Lays it up and gets it to go. 25 all once again. 21.9 seconds to go here in the final waning moments of this third quarter. Starting five back out onto the court for Anderson. Well, check that. Rickard's back into the game. McReynolds out. And that'll make it 28-25. Perkins will take the ball up for Anderson with under 20 to play in the quarter. He's hit a couple threes. Campbell Duncan kicks to the corner. Gill open for three. Nice pass, no good. A loose ball for Anderson. Gill gets it back, and he'll be knocked to the floor. That's the last foul to give for McCallum with only 9 seconds to go. No, just realizing all these high school scoreboards with the double Bs for the bonus lights, no longer necessary. That's a relic. Now inbounding it is Perkins. Gets it in, Williford. Now here's Campbell Duncan with 5 seconds. Going to take it all the way to the basket himself, and he gets it to go. McCallum, it doesn't look like they're going to even get this ball in, and they are not. So Campbell Duncan with 15 points putting the team on his back here, but they do trail. It's 28-27 here as we enter the final frame of action. So McCallum outscoring Anderson by 5 points there in the third quarter. Kirshner and Mays both have 8 for the Knights. McCoy has 9. So slightly more balanced here for them. Campbell Duncan leading the way, 15 for him, 6 for Perkins, 5 for Gill, 1 for Williford. Back when Anderson and McCallum were in the same district, of course, realignment happens every couple years, but in terms of our broadcast history, when Anderson was in district with McCallum, they swept through just entirely. They swept through both of those seasons. Won the COVID year and then the one after when all the fans were back in the stands. But they played those teams, McCallum, Crockett, and they really took care of them. Now Anderson back up in 6A. 2 undefeated, literally undefeated district slates. Anderson sweeping through them those 2 seasons. Back in 6A last year, they were able to find a way into the playoffs on a play-in game against Dripping Springs. That one took place at Westlake High School. But here now in the fourth quarter. This game doesn't count to any playoff hopes Anderson might have, but you always want to start the season 1-0 against a rival team. Here's Noah Perkins. Finds Jackson Gill. Jackson Gill, a deep catch and shoot triple, just left it short. Loose ball going to go into the hands of McCallum and saved to McCoy. McCoy pushing the pace. He's going to get all the way to the lane, and he'll be fouled. He gets it to go. That's the third and one of the game for McCallum, as they are rowdy, celebratory on those baskets. So Anderson now in a 4-point hole. As here's Williford. He's just going to take it himself. He was wide open, and now Anderson going to get an and one bucket of their own. So Caden Williford, who's going to step back to the line. He's 1 for 2 from the free throw line today. That's his 3rd point. But that a big basket. So don't want to say it was slipping away, but certainly points have been hard to come by. Is this one going to be short off the front of the rim, out of bounds, and Campbell tried to make a play, but nothing doing. 7:25 to go in the ball game. Here's McCoy. Off to Kirshner. Anderson bringing some press. Kick to the corner, that's Ammerman. He'll drive in, lose it into the hands of Campbell Duncan. Triple team there by Anderson. As here's Campbell taking a bump, as you might want to have somebody go and help him out. Is a foul going to be called on Ammerman here? He'll go side out of bounds, 7:04 to play. Gill. Williford off to McReynolds. Jackson looking for Campbell Duncan in the post. Always some good offense there for Anderson. Campbell facing up. Going to go right at Ammerman. Slipped on the floor. And they're just going to say he slipped and went out of bounds. As looks like Campbell's all right. Just a slip and fall. He seems okay. He'll try to walk that one off. Get the towel down. Going to give Campbell a break after that. Miles Rickard's going to check in under 7 to play. Anderson going to have to stay afloat offensively as Campbell Duncan heads to the bench. He's got 15 of their 29 points. Campbell still visibly in some pain over there on the Trojan sideline. But McCoy stuck there. Gill takes it right away. Jackson Gill now going to get it poked from behind as Anderson just playing way too fast. They get the ball and they just put their heads down and run. And that just hasn't benefited them all night. Hasn't just been one player, hasn't been two players, it's been everybody. I get they're a team that likes to score on the fast break. They like to get out and run, but make sure there's not somebody right behind you first. Wolf, wolf, as they say. Cross court to Kirshner. He's going to lob it inside, and there's McCoy wide open. Takes the hit, lays it in. So here's Schaefer. And we get a foul call. So McCallum, 6 minutes to go, just one foul to give. Anderson playing with one extra. You only have 2 team fouls. Here's Williford ready to inbound. Gets it off to Jackson Gill. So Williford. Now he swings it over. That's Perkins. Now back to Gill up top. He'll lob it into Campbell Duncan, who again had his man sealed. He's been excellent with that tonight. All you have to do is lob it over the top, and he can turn his back into a basket. Now here's Kirshner back down to a 2-point game. Callum has had the lead here for the fourth quarter. Under 6 minutes to go, and then we have a push from behind going against Campbell Duncan. Campbell thought he had poked it free. .5:39 left in the game. His pace is slowed down here. Here's Kirshner. Now he gets it off to Mays. He throws it up. He gets it to go. McCallum's made some tough buckets here tonight. And that floater range puts it back to a 4-point lead. 35-31. 5:20 to go. Jackson Gill all the way to the basket. Lays it up and in. Good attack from the Anderson point guard. He's up to 7 points. Trails only Campbell Duncan for the team high. Here's McCoy with it for the Knights. 5 minutes to play. Both teams with 3 team fouls apiece. Pass off to Ammerman. Now there's Kirshner. Gill defending him. Ammerman with it on the left wing. They've slowed it down as they get it into Broad. As he finds McCoy. McCoy going to try and get that to go. And even on a good night for them like this, he can't get it. And this one out of bounds. Anderson can't believe it. Campbell Duncan didn't even go for the ball. Rickards back into the game for Williford. Still trying to get the ball in as they do to Ammerman. Now McCallum slowing things down, just over 4.5 to play. Here's Kirshner to the corner for Mays for 3, and that one rattles in. Henry Mays up to 13 points in the ball game as McCallum has been able to hit some more timely buckets as now the Knights want to call a timeout, up 38-35 with 4:24 to go. Full timeout once again. We'll go ahead and step aside here in the fourth quarter. Anderson now trailing by 5. They're going to need to draw something up on this possession here. We'll be back in about 15 seconds. You're listening and watching to Anderson Basketball on Vype.
Big O here, inviting you to experience the fresh and friendly difference of Taco Shack. We deliver tasty and affordable Tex-Mex like our Chopped Taco and Shack Burrito. Come visit our new location at the corner of Anderson Lane and Burrell Drive. We'll see you soon, and let's talk about it.
Coming back. (38-33) your score. It is Trojan basketball. .424 to go in the game. It'll be Campbell Duncan to inbound. Because it looks like McCallum might want to draw up some press. Anderson has not done a good job against pressure here, but they've forgotten about Williford all the way in the backcourt, and now they got him. No press, they just matched up. Under 4:20 to play now. There's Drew Donahue, the junior, getting some fourth quarter minutes as he fires it into Campbell Duncan. Triple team to the post, he's still fouled. As you can tell, that fall is still bothering Campbell a little bit. Well, he's grabbing it. Might be tailbone, and if you've ever hurt your tailbone, it's a disaster. As it looks like McCallum Knight got too close to the line there. You do need to give him a little bit of space. Can't break that plane on the sideline there, or the baseline. Hey, fifth foul. And on dead ball, well, probably not in high school. 4:09 to play. Big free throws here for Campbell Duncan. Possession arrow currently favoring McCallum. 38-33. 2 free throws pending. I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting on. Now here we go. Campbell Duncan to the line, 17 points in the ballgame thus far. Make it 18. Anderson can't afford to leave points on the table. They've done a poor job converting from the stripe tonight, but Campbell Duncan able to knock in a pair. 38-35. Mays off to McCoy. Over to Kirshner. McCallum all about wasting time now. 4 minutes to go. No shot clock, of course. Here's Kirshner. Gets it inside. Ammerman. He's going to turn around and fire it to McCoy. Dangerous pass, but ended up working out as we have a reach-in foul going against Anderson. That's their foul to give. 3:46 to go. So both teams going to be shooting a pair of free throws going forward for the final 4 minutes of this game, final 3:46 of the game. Sub, Sol Mirzwa is into the game. Gill out. Ball gets into Henry Mays. Mays will put it on the floor, defended by Perkins. Here's McCoy crossing over on Mearswell. Lost the ball. Campbell Duncan trying to take it away, but good job by McCoy to seal him off. So McCallum retains possession halfway through this fourth quarter as McCoy kills his dribble. Looking for Kirshner. Nowhere to go with it. Finds Kirshner and... okay, McCallum went ahead and called a timeout to burn the 5 seconds. Afraid of a turnover there. Didn't need it. Have plenty of timeouts to remaining. Haven't had many today. This one will just be 30 seconds. Means we keep it here. So here at the neutral site, technically a home game for Anderson at Delco Center. Lovely place to attend, lovely place to watch a game. We're here on the east side. Now McCallum back out onto the court. Their possession, 3:19 to play. Both teams out of fouls to give and shooting 2 free throws with the new rules on the bonus. Can you go backcourt on a... Yeah, I guess you can. You don't see guys go backcourt on a baseline out often. As there's a foul going against Mearswood. Came up too far on the closeout, bumped his defender, and now 2 free throws coming for McCallum. And the way they've shot the ball tonight, they seem like a pretty good free throw shooting team. Haven't been to the line much, though. Three-point game. Up and good for Mays. .313 to go, and that one no good. Mays knew it off his hand. Still a 4-point game. 3:10 to play. Anderson with Campbell Duncan bringing the ball up, been the hub on the offense all game. So they got him in the corner. Nice pass off to Williford as he's going to get it to go, and that's going to be a charge. Nice job getting in position. He was there all day. McCallum just doing the little things better than Anderson right now. That's why they've got a 4-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the game. So Gill checks out. Three minutes as here's Mays. As McCoy, barely saved it. That would have been a big turnover for Anderson. As off to Kirshner. They find Broad. Probably got away with the travel there. Now Mays, Campbell Duncan fouls him. So Mays with 14 points, a team high, steps to the line for 2 more. First one up and good. Both good that time. So now a 6-point game, 41-35, 2:41 to go. Gill bringing the ball up for Anderson. They find McReynolds. Reynolds spins, looking to get it back to Gill. Axon has a decision to make. Looking for Campbell Duncan inside. He'll drive into the paint, stops, kicks it off to McPherson. And now back to Gill. Jackson has it. And a foul called against McCallum. So Jackson Gill heads to the line for an opportunity for 2 more free throws. As we've reached this portion of a high school basketball game where neither team can seem to keep their hands off each other. Gill short on that one. As Gill able to split the pair, 1 for 2, get a point back. But now you got to defend. Now you got to force a turnover. And Anderson's had a hard time of doing that without fouling. As here are the Knights. McCoy killed his dribble. Couldn't force a turnover out of it. Here's Kirshner. Both teams with their starting fives out on the court now. Under 2 minutes to play. As there's Kirshner. Hot potato. Now Anderson either needs to foul or force a turnover now. Is Campbell Duncan going to be the one to pull the trigger there? McCoy, 14 points in the game. He's been excellent down the stretch. Sorry for the jinx there, George. So he erases Jackson's free throw and wasted a whole lot of time doing it. Now all the way under 90 seconds to play. 6 points, a couple threes, 3 buckets. As step back triple here for Perkins, and that one no good. He's had the hottest hand of any of the Trojans here tonight from the perimeter. Obviously Campbell Duncan with 19 points, but no good there. And another foul with a chance to likely ice the game here for McCallum. It's Mays to the line. Off the front and in. Good bucket there for Henry Mays, who's up to 16. One for 2. So Anderson still with a little bit of life. It's now 43-36. Gill's got to get it across the timeline. They've got to get a basket in a hurry. As there's Gill, and here's a look that they want, and that's no good. Campbell Duncan slipping on the floor again. And they're saying that was tipped, so at least it will stay Anderson basketball. As that's back-to-back times now that Campbell Duncan has slipped on that baseline. They're going to go down now once again to try and clean things up. But with 57 seconds to go, McCallum with the 7-point lead. What are you looking at? Can't believe I'm saying this, but my Houston Rockets aren't terrible. Love to see it. And once again, that's another instance of a McCallum defender. I believe that was Brode again, back-to-back, where he's reaching over the line. And you can't do that. When Anderson going to call a timeout. "30-second timeout. Love to be in this position where all this basketball is back in full swing. College, NBA, still got football going on, of course. Into the playoffs. We like Travis Vandegrift tonight. It's a pretty big one. But now, 43-36. McCallum back out onto the court. Gill on the inbound. And that one tipped. And it looks like they're going to get Ammerman for a foul on the entry pass. So Campbell Duncan will step back to the line to try and get this thing a little bit closer. Anderson has a chance to score points without any time running off the clock. That's literally perfect for them. Couldn't ask for a better scenario, except for maybe if this somehow turned into a three-pointer. As Campbell Duncan goes 1 for 1 from the line on this trip. He's up to 20 points, so good for the average there. One for 2. There's pressure coming. Anderson going to try and take it away. They do have to get it across in 8 seconds. This is going to be tough for McCallum as they're going to call a timeout. And Anderson, Coach Swanson arguing that Anderson was already in process of taking that thing away as the timeout was called. And there's 57 on the clock. There's 50 on the clock now, so no 8-second violation. But it will be a full timeout. I believe that's all McCallum had. We'll go ahead and stay here since we're so close to the end. Campbell Duncan, excellent offensive performance tonight, 20 points. That is a game high for either squad. I believe the Anderson Classic, that'll be towards the end of the month and towards the start of the next month. And then we'll have some district before Christmas, I believe, before the Christmas winter holiday. But for now, we are here for the season opener. And we'll take a little bit of time off, and then we'll be right back. Here's McCoy, again, able to save it with his hands. Wouldn't be surprised if you told me that he's a wideout or a pass catcher on the McCallum football team, because he has saved their bacon a couple times with some good hands. As all the way to the cup, laying it up, laying it in, as that'll put the exclamation point on the ball game. That'll make it 45-37. As the first Taco Shack Bowl here in basketball, the winner will go to McCallum. However, Anderson still, of course, with the football victory early on in the season. First game of the year, I believe, Anderson won that thing 42-0. But now still have some basketball going on. Not exactly sure what's happening right now. Still 40 seconds to go. Still delaying here. So the basket counts. I'm not sure if there was why there would have been a debate on that. It looks like we might add a technical foul, go against Anderson. So the and one free throw first. Now it looks like McCallum will be able to just dribble it out, because I believe they'll get possession as well. Free throw no good. I believe Anderson's next game will be tomorrow. Looks like they are going on the road up to Killeen for a game against Ellison. They'll take on the Round Rock Dragons next Tuesday on the road. He's shooting 3 free throws? I don't know what's going on. I believe Anderson had a technical foul called against them, but shot 3. Well, here it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and step aside one more time. I want to thank our sponsor on the broadcast once again. You know him. You love him. It's Taco Shack. You're listening to Anderson Basketball on Vype.
Big O here, inviting you to experience the fresh and friendly difference of Taco Shack. We deliver tasty and affordable Tex-Mex like our Chopped Taco and Shack Burrito. Come visit our new location at the corner of Anderson Lane and Burrell Drive. We'll see you soon, and let's talk about it.
Back in to wrap it up. Yeah, if there's a technical foul in high school, the defense, or the team that committed the technical, they do not get possession even after the made free throw. Is Anderson going to keep fouling as there's Kushner? He'll head back to the line. So this game's going to end up not being all that close, but that was after about 4 extra points from McCallum here on these technical free throws. Still 38 seconds to play. As here comes Campbell Duncan racing up the court, as he's just going to flow into a triple. Can't connect, and rebound goes to McCallum. Is Anderson still going to keep fouling? 25 seconds to go. They lead by 13. I'm not sure why. But Anderson wants another crack at the offensive side of the ball. McCoy heads to the line. No good on the first. So 1 for 2, 25 seconds to go. So here's Duncan. Off to Gill. Jackson will put it on the floor. Caught up in the air, lobbed in, and McCallum is going to take it away. And now it looks like Anderson will not continue to foul. And with that, that'll be your final score, 51-37, as Anderson drops the home opener. McCallum taking this thing down the stretch as they celebrate over there on their sidelines. We're going to go ahead and sign off now. We'll be back towards the end of the month, as we will have plenty of Anderson basketball for you here on the Vype Live Network throughout the season. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I want to thank everybody in Vype, all of our QAs, our technical directors, and everything, for everything that they do to keep our broadcasts afloat here. And with that, I'm Jack Farrell. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Hope you all have a great night, great rest of your weekend, great rest of your month. We will be back for the Anderson Classic on Vype.